लाइटिंग करवा दो ना टू बिगिन विद, एक बार तो लाइटिंग करवा दो। हेलो, लाइट कंट्रोल, अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए लाइट करा दो यहाँ स्टेज पर। हाँ, जब बैठ जाएं उसके बाद बंद कीजिए लाइट, लाइट रखो यहाँ। All of you requested to please rise to welcome our very distinguished chief guests of the day and other dignitaries. And give them a good round of applause. Please keep the applause on. Keep the applause on, yeah. I think the children today are very fortunate that we have a very large number of distinguished scientists who will be here to inspire and encourage them. And among them, we have two Nobel laureates who would give their presence here today and inspire. Very distinguished panel of scientists here. It is not normal that the Nobel laureates would address and open the Children's Science Congress, but we requested them and they very kindly consented and obliged all of us to be there with us. Great. Thank you. You may please take your seats. Thank you. It is our proud privilege to welcome our chief guests of the day, Honorable Professor Duncan Haldane, Nobel Laureate in Physics and Professor at Princeton University, US. And the second chief guest, Professor. Can I request the ISCA members to please come up stage? The President, Manoj Chakravarti ji. May I request Mr. Manoj Kumar Chakravarti, the General President, to be kindly on the stage. Professor P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, to kindly be on stage. Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Membership Affairs, and Dr. Amit Krishna De, Executive Secretary, to kindly join on the stage, please. Well, continuing with the introduction of the distinguished panel on the stage, proud privilege to welcome our chief guest, Professor Duncan Haldane, as I said, Nobel Laureate in Physics and Professor at Princeton University, US, and Professor Avram Hershko, Nobel Laureate in Chemistry, Distinguished Professor and Technion, Israel, to the Rashtriya Kishore Vigyanik Sammelan, that means the Indian Science Congress, which is a forum for the children to exhibit their creativity and particularly their ability to solve the societal problems experienced locally by using methods of science. We also welcome our very valued guest of honor, Dr. Nisha Mendirata, Head National Council for Science and Technology Communication, and our second guest of honor, Shri Avinash Rai Khannaji, Vice Chairman, Indian Red Cross Society. A hearty welcome to you, sir. We also welcome a very dynamic Chancellor of lovely Professional University, Shri Ashok Mittalji, Dr. Manoj Chakravarti, General President ISCA, Professor P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, Scientific Activities, Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Membership Affairs, Dr. Amit Krishna De, Executive Secretary, senior officials from NCERT, eminent scientist Dr. Kannan Krishnan, Dr. G. Nageshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor, Andhra Pradesh University, student delegates from different states of the country and their teacher mentors and parents, LPU faculty and students. I extend a hearty welcome to all of you. I'm sure we shall all be greatly benefited by the interaction with the esteemed guests and later by the projects displayed in the exhibition of student projects. Rashtriya Kishore Vigyanik Sammelan is an important event of the Indian Science Congress organized every year. It provides a unique platform to children to use their scientific temperament and knowledge to quench their thirst for creativity by conducting scientific experiments to solve problems identified by them. Children's Science Congress has significantly helped stimulate the young minds. It has enhanced community feelings and has sensitized children towards societal needs. It is pertinent to mention here that this event is catalyzed and supported by National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Department of Science and Technology, and Government of India, and the projects, and there are about 120 different projects by children from as many schools from all across the country which are being exhibited in the Project Expo outside. LPU, as the host of this event, is committed to promote scientific temperament and has been striving hard to promote applied teaching and research. LPU's scorching pace of growth and popularity among international students as well as national students in all parts of the world can be attributed to its relentless striving to provide rich all-round exposure to students and preparing them to become excellent professionals and responsible global citizens. To initiate the proceedings of the Rashtriya Kishore Vigyanik Sammelan, may I request Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakravarti, General President, to kindly welcome the guest of the day, Chief Guest of the day, Professor Duncan Haldane, Nobel Laureate in Physics, by presenting him a bouquet. Professor Chakravarti to kindly present a bouquet to Professor Haldane. I would also request him to present a bouquet to Professor Avram Hershko, Nobel Laureate in Chemistry and Distinguished Professor at Technion, Israel. Thank you, Professor Chakravarti, for doing the honors. I'll now request Dr. Rajiv Sobti, convener of the Rashtriya Kishore Vigyanik Sammelan, to welcome Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Shri Ashok Mittal ji. A welcome bouquet for Dr. Manoj Chakravarti, General President. Rajiv, you have a lot of honors to be done. A bouquet to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Nisha Bendiratta, Head National Council for Science and Technology, Communication, DST. Welcome, ma'am. And a bouquet for Shri Avinash Rai Khanna ji, Chairman, Indian Red Cross Society. A bouquet to welcome Professor P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, Scientific Activities, ISCA. A bouquet to welcome Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Membership Affairs. And finally, a very important person of the Indian Science Congress Association, Dr. Amit Krishna De, the Executive Secretary of ISCA. Thank you, Rajiv. You had a lot of responsibility. Great, thank you. May I now request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward for the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this auspicious ceremony. And we only hope that this light travels from the lamp to our minds and hearts and enlightens our innermost depths of our beings. Thank you. May I now request it is difficult to make a choice of what to pop in. May I now request Professor P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, Scientific Activities, Indian Science Congress Association, to kindly deliver the welcome address, please.
Good afternoon to you all. Respected members sitting on the dais, Professor Harshko, Nobel Laureate, and Professor Duncan Haldane, Nobel Laureate in Physics, they are present here. Our Honorable General President of the Indian Science Congress Association, Shri Ashok Mittalji, Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Dr. Nisha Mendiretta, Head NCSTC, Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Professor Dr. Sri Avinash Rai Khannaji of the Indian Red Cross Society, and Dr. Amit Dey, all the distinguished members sitting off the dais, dear participants of the Children's Science Congress, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to be welcoming you all for this very important event of the Indian Science Congress. In fact, the country depends on the scientists, those who are budding, and they should get the stimulation and the ideas from the top persons working in the science. And it cannot be better than what it is today that two distinguished Nobel laureates are here with us, and I thank them to spend their time with you all. One lecture was there in the morning, such a great feast to all of us. And the children, they get motivated with the successes of the people. What we tell may not work. What they see and what they feel by themselves, that works greatly. And I'm sure that such an event which would kindle, and it will go a long way, and I'm sure that later on these kinds of interactions would be very, very fondly remembered by the people, those who would make a difference. And Indian Science Congress has taken up this task of this kind, with the support of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. And I welcome you all for this meeting, and I'm sure that this would be extremely stimulating for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. May I now take the privilege to invite a very dynamic and visionary leader, Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Shri Ashok Mittalji, for his inaugural address, please.
यहाँ कितने दिए
schools are coming today, and total 350 school cover.
ठीक
Good noon to all of you. We are very lucky today because the weather is becoming sunny. And it's because I think the presence of our youngsters, school students. I think you people have brought sunny days back again even in this winter. Thank you very much for that. We are lucky that we have with us today very honorable Nobel laureate Shri Duncan Haldenji and Professor Avram Harshekoji. Thank you very much to be with us today to inaugurate Children's Science Congress. Give a big round of applause to both of these gentlemen. And I am lucky that we have again with us Shri Avinash Rai Khanna ji, Vice Chairman, Indian Red Cross Society. I think the children know better than you better know about. You know about the Red Cross Society? So you have Vice Chairman of Indian Red Cross Society sitting here, and Chairman is Prime Minister of India. Then we have with us Madam Nisha Mandiratta ji, who is responsible for bringing you here. She is from the Ministry of Science and Technology. Thank you very much, ma'am. And we have with us Professor Manoj Chakravarti, General President, Indian Science Congress, and other senior officers of Indian Science Congress, and of course, all very, very dear students and ladies and gentlemen. Science, when it comes to science, and it is said, it is generally said, now children, school children have lost interest in science. They are more interested in Facebook, Instagram, iPod, etc. But I think these things are also product of science. Indirectly or directly, they are interested in science. But again, but having said that, when I see all children sitting here, from all 29 states of India, bringing 120 projects after a lot of competitions, how can we say that children are not interested in science? They are interested in science. The only way and the responsibility is upon us to make them interested in science by putting them, by changing the pedagogy whereby they can take interest in science, and the projects is, I think, the best way to make children take interest in science seriously. And I congratulate Departments of Science and Technology that they have done it very successfully. Thank you very much, ma'am, that you are taking all those initiatives. And all the schools, school principals, teachers who are here, they have nurtured their students in such a manner that they have started taking keen interest in science. Thank you all the teachers, all the principals of schools sitting here, that you have made your children take interest in science so seriously. I am lucky, I could witness a few of the projects of the students, school students shown at Indian Science Congress. And friends, I must say your projects, quality of projects is too good. I must appreciate, and the quality of some of the projects is better than the quality of the university students. Taking clue from the projects of school students, 5 years back, we at LPU introduced projects for university students also. It's only because I took clue from the projects done by many of the students. As you know, in university, we hold one competition called Explorica, where school students show projects. And when school students can do these projects, why can't university students? And now every year in the month of April, when the session ends, the university students are to show projects, and they are evaluated on those projects to get marks in their final examinations. So this clue I took it from you people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Indian Science Congress, I must congratulate them that they have made an independent congress for school students, naming Children's Science Congress. Thank you very much for that. With this, my best wishes to all of you, and I hope you will have a rewarding experience at LPU campus during Children's Science Congress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I also acknowledge and recognize the presence of the better halves of the Nobel laureates. In fact, I got a signal of saying hi, but that reminded me that I have to acknowledge their presence. We welcome Mrs. Hershko and Mrs. Haldane to this Indian Science Congress, in the Children's Science Congress. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence. But for your presence, perhaps these Nobel laureates would not have been here. May I now request our guest of honor, Dr. Nisha Mendirata, Head National Council for Science and Technology Communication, for her very valuable address. Please, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Respected Shri Ashok Mittalji, very dynamic Chancellor of a beautiful, lovely professional university. Dr. Manoj Chakravarti ji, Honorable Professor Avram Hershko, Nobel Laureate in Chemistry. I happen to meet you for the first time, so my wishes to you. Professor Duncan Heldon, Princeton University, USA, Nobel Laureate in Physics. Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakravarti ji, Professor Gangadhar, Professor Mathur, dignitaries on the dais, my friends from all across the country who are here. The house is really full of its capacity. Dear students and the better halves of Nobel laureates, I think I wish to meet both of you also later on. My great friends all across the country. So I also join in welcoming all of you to this very important edition of Rashtriya Kishore Vigyan Sammelan, which is abbreviated as RKVS, during the 106th Science Congress, which is being held here with the support from Department of Science and Technology, as mentioned by Mittalji. I am representing a small division of DST, which is named as NCSTC. It is a division which is catering to the need of communicating science to the masses through its various programs by Department of Science and Technology. And here, coming all across from Delhi and representing the ministerial portfolio, I am feeling so happy to see the interest which all of you have got. And here, not only the students, even the mentors I could see, their parents, their teachers, all of them are here who really want to promote science into the, inculcate into the mind of youngsters. So that's what DST is also trying to do through its various programs. As already you might be knowing that our mandate is, it is one of the premier institution of Government of India, which is working for the promotion of science and technology throughout the country. We are promoting basic research, applied research in the frontier areas of science by supporting projects to them, many programs. And also science communication is one of the main aim. Ultimately, we want the scientific outcome, whatever is coming. Our India is doing great work in regards to science, and it should percolate down to the masses. They should understand the power of science. They should understand that how they can utilize the science, the scientific tool into their day-to-day activities. Here, youngsters are the best group. If in the beginning of their career only, we inculcate the scientific temper into their mind, right from the beginning, and then they should try to understand the power of science, and then it should be nurtured within their mind so that they can take it up as a promising career, as already mentioned by my previous speaker. So DST is also joining hand in the same approach. We want youngsters to see themselves as a very strong budding scientist of this country. They should try to capture what Indian science is. They should understand where we are worldwide, where we are positioned. All of you should be knowing that in terms of publications, in some terms of patents, India is occupying a premium position all over the world. So all of us should feel proud of it. All scientists of our country, they are contributing a great work. And you as a student, as a budding scientist, have a great role to play. So through this RKVS, like I will put it up like that only. I think the abbreviation is clear to all of you by now. So Indian Science Congress and the Children's Science Congress, to be more precise with, DST is trying to promote this particular segment from the past more than 2 decades. I think this activity started sometime in 1993 onwards. At that time, we thought that youngsters should also be told what science is. And I'm so happy to see that over the year, over the period of time, it has been taken up by many organizations, and even schools are playing a major role in the whole. They are the main catalyst. So we are getting an overwhelming response all over the country. In all the states, we are finding the schools from block, then state, block, then district, then state, and then they are competing at the national level. And now I am happy to see that last year more than 2 lakh students participated in this mega event. Under Science Congress, there are 2 segments which DST is promoting. One is the National Children's Science Congress, which was held in Bhubaneswar last month only, with a very noble theme of sanitation, which was meeting the Sustainable Development Goal. And it is catering to the age group of 10 to 17 years of students. That's what I think we believe at school level. This particular thing is nurtured among themselves. And the winners of NCSC, they participate in, one group goes there and one group comes to RKVS. RKVS is a flagship program of DST. It is an offshoot program of National Children's Science Congress, and it has traveled across the length and breadth of the country. The spirit behind RKVS is to draw the children both from formal school. Here I want to emphasize that we are not only going to the school level kids, but also the schools who are out of school, who are belonging to the rural setup. We want them also to understand the power of science. So we are encouraging them to participate into our activities. And we felt very happy that this year, in the national event of Children's Science Congress, more than 635 projects were presented, in which more than 56% of child scientists were girls. So I believe that girls should also be, like, as our country is promoting them, we want, they are the major players, and as already mentioned by you, that they are the key force behind all successful people. So I am happy that girls are also motivated to participate in this event. And another thing I want to say here, that we are trying to target the rural segment as well. So 44% of the students from rural segment in NCSC. So here the second, as I said, that a group of 2 works for the project for each state. Though there are many participants, but we pick up 2 students who are the winners in respective state. And in RKVS also, I think we have got a very good response, as just now told to me, that there are 60 projects which were selected to participate in this event. And there are 15 projects from NCRT, and even the Punjab, since we are in the holy city of Punjab. So I think the students from Punjab, where are they? Can they raise their hands? Students from Punjab? Yeah, great. So we have come to meet you, and all of you are here, and I'm happy to see that more than 250 participants are there, who are students, mentors, who are representing all over the country, and also Punjab students are there. So I think all of you might be knowing that RKVS fits into the requirement of like promoting scientific temperament into all of you, and I feel we are very much successful seeing you sitting here. Not only it encourages the formal teaching, the curricular, as I said, but we want you to understand even examples through the experiences of eminent people who are sitting here. So this particular forum gives you an opportunity to meet, to interact, to showcase your outcome, to showcase your interest among all of us. I really feel that there are many events which have been lined up by the organizers. Just now I had a chance to go to the exhibition site also. All of you should go, should see that though these are in a very nascent, some of the exhibits I saw that those are very small but very, very important to understand. Like DST has got a mobile van also, I think MSC we call it, where you can see the displays or many exhibits in which you will find that, okay, like when there are superstitious or myths, even in the rural India, we find that we are just inhibited by certain like thoughts process. So we should understand the science behind that. So please go see, have a look into the exhibits also, and try to understand that what kind of scientific add-ons you can provide through your mind, through your innovative minds, and also interact with the eminent people like Nobel laureates, and there are many other international and national level scientists who are there. It is a platform. This Indian Science Congress is a platform which you people are so lucky. You are getting many people, many avenues, many sessions which are going on like parallel ways. So you can choose based on your interests. You can go, you can interact. That's what was the mandate of RKVS, that we want you to understand, interact, and also see that what best you can do from your own perspective. And here schools have to play a very major role, teachers have to play a major role. So I once again congratulate all of you to be here, to be part of this session, and especially the winners or the from the Science Congress who are here to be part of this very important mega event. From DST side, I would like to convey to all of you that we are with you. And there are many other programs of DST like Inspire, Manak, and there are many more. Once you cross the age of 17, there are many more inspiring schemes lined up for you to take science as a career. So I wish all of you once again my greetings, and I wish all the very best and successful interaction. And once again, my special thanks to lovely Professional University to host this event in a beautiful campus. Thank you.
Thank you for your very informative and inspiring address. May I now request our other guest of honor, Shri Avraj Khannaji, for his inspiration to the young children who are here.
Good noon to everybody. Dignitaries of the dais and the students of the dais. As per my introduction, I was introduced as National Vice Chairman of Indian Red Cross Society. Other than this, I am a politician also. I had been MLA, MP twice, and a member of Human Rights Commission. So what I want to say to the students is, nothing is impossible in this world. Only a yield, effort, planning, guidance, and study is required to make it possible. I just want to quote an example before you of my experience as an MLA. When I was elected MLA, a road leading from my hometown to district headquarters was a very damaged, very bad condition. As an MLA, I raised a question in the assembly. The answer was that since the government is shortage of fund, they can't construct the road. Similarly, being an MLA, I had no fund. So what to do? My aim was to construct the road. But an idea came to me. Instead of demanding money, collecting money, I sat on a road and starting polishing the shoes of the public to collect the money. You will be surprised to know that within 3 days, the government started repairing the road. I continued with my agitation with a novel way for 13 days and collected 48,000 rupees by polishing these shoes. So from that day, I had been recognized as a shoe polishing MLA. Dear students, take big dreams and then make efforts to fulfill it. When their dream is fulfilled, the world will know who you are. please don't hesitate to take the dreams. Your parents, your teachers will help you to fulfill these. Lastly, because there is shortage of time, I will give an advice to you. You are just like my children, my son and daughter. Please study the histories of successful people and try to become that personality which you want to do. Just see Mr. Ashokji, from very small family, now in every business, although it is in education, in sweets, in cars, everywhere you will see lovely. It is a lovely fashion university. You will see lovely speech house. You will see lovely car house. Everything is with them. So if you want to study them, you will one day you will be like Ashokji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Khannaji. Thank you very much, Khannaji, for your very interesting and very inspiring address to the children. May I now have the privilege to request the chief guests of the event and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the souvenir of the Rashtriya Kishore Vigyanik Sammelan. The souvenir is a compilation of the abstracts of projects of students selected from the 26th National Children's Science Congress. May I request all the dignitaries to kindly release the souvenir. This is a souvenir of the Children's Science Congress. So everything being done by the children or being done for the children is getting a lot of prominence today. Thank you, dignitaries, for doing the honors and inspiring the children. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a proud privilege to be in the company of two very distinguished scientists and Nobel laureates who have taken time out to inspire the young minds in the Children's Science Congress. First, I would request one of the Nobel laureates, Professor Duncan Haldane, to give his blessings and inspire the students. And before that, I would briefly introduce him. Professor Duncan was awarded Nobel Prize for theoretical discoveries of topological phase transitions and topological phases of matter. Matter occurs in different phases, for example, as a gas, liquid, or solid. At very low temperatures, unusual phases may occur. For example, superconductivity and unusual types of magnetism. To describe these phases and phase transitions, Professor Duncan used the concepts of topology, a branch of mathematics. During the 80s, he explained magnetic properties of chains of atoms in certain materials, which in future may contribute to the development of new materials and electronic components. May I request Professor Duncan Haldane to kindly ignite the young minds with his address, please.
Well, thank you, boys and girls, for coming here. I think, obviously, you've come here because you've already got a great interest in science. From my mind, I discovered science was cool probably because of teachers. I think teachers play a tremendous role in transmitting enthusiasm to children about things, about science. I didn't, at school, I guess we had chemistry first. I liked chemistry because it seemed to be cooking things up and making little explosions. And it was only in my last year at school that I found physics interesting because there was a very inspiring teacher. And so teachers, I think, and in my life also, I went on at university to meet another inspiring teacher, Philip Anderson, my mentor. And so we really do the best we can when we learn from people who transmit the enthusiasm to us. Now, I would say, why should you do science? Well, science is cool, that's my view on the thing. And in fact, quantum mechanics has been such a kind of difficult sounding subject. People seem very scared of quantum mechanics when they haven't learned anything about it. But actually it turned out that behind all this kind of complicated mathematics and things, it turns out people working in quantum mechanics were playing with toy models and playing with their toys and finding really cool new things happening. So science sounds like a whole lot of work initially. You have to learn math, probably. Certainly for physics, you need to learn math. And I think one of the most important things you can do at school is actually learn mathematics. And because it's such a good foundation for not just science, but business, for economics, for all kinds of technical jobs. And but science is actually, and technology are very different things these days. Technology is making things happen, but science is really finding out why things happen. And so science can be very simple at times. I'm not sure what all the projects you've done. They've probably done very complex projects. I haven't had time to read the abstract book. But in the end, science is finding out how things work, and there's a tremendous satisfaction in learning how things work, especially if you found it out for yourself, and not just been told how things work. Because quite often, not often, but sometimes, we learn new things by trying to puzzle out how things work by ourselves. We find out that they work in a different way from the way we were told. And some of the surprises in my life in science has been in the most biggest one is really finding out that what people had assumed was correct for some particular system was not, and looking at things from a new viewpoint, which is what one does often in science, leads to finding out, my gosh, things don't work the way the teacher told me. They actually work differently, because the teachers, of course, have to teach what they've learned, and we transmit to our students what we've learned from our teachers, and most of the time what we transmit is correct. But occasionally, there's things that people haven't understood in the past, and new understanding emerges. And once you have some new understanding coming, things start to look simple. Things look incredibly complicated and difficult, perhaps, before you understand them. And what's amazing in science and physics in particular is once something new is found, the way people think about nature and what's going on in the world around us changes, and we have a new language to describe it, and it looks simple. So science in biology, of course, is rather different, but we're trying to find out, what in biology systems, animals and organisms evolved and carry the history of evolution with them, and they've evolved in a very fantastic way to carry out all kinds of tasks. But we're still finding out how things work and why things work is just a tremendously attractive idea for people. Now, not everyone who goes into science is going to become a research scientist. So you might say, why are people studying science if they're not going to be, if most of them are not going to become research scientists? Well, actually, getting a scientific viewpoint and looking at being able to look for rational explanations to problems and is key to being an informed citizen of your country and helping to make the right kind of decisions for the future and working out how to improve life for everyone. So the scientific training, even if it's just high school, mathematics and science provide a basis not just for a scientific job, but for many different jobs. In physics, for example, many of my students don't end up going on into research careers. It's a difficult thing to go into a pure research field, but then you've acquired the skills to think about problems and apply problem-solving techniques to all the different problems of society around one, and both in creating new technologies or solving social problems. And so science itself is a great training in how to think. And I think you should be proud to have an interest in science, and especially I do want to encourage girls in science. In physics, we definitely are looking all the time for having more young women come into the field, and I think the most important thing you should do is if you want to go into these more quantitative science things is study your mathematics. Mathematics seems like a tough thing to study, but and on the other hand, it's the basis for all kinds of quantitative thought and working out problems. And so I think you've got an interest in science. You've already been selected to have this have some kind of abilities for it, and you should go on and do what you can. And not of course, I don't think you should go into science with the aim of getting a Nobel Prize, because as I said in the thing, it's actually lucky things that happen. But in fact, to discover such new things. But in fact, the real satisfaction for any kind of scientist is not so much getting a prize, but actually discovering something. It's an incredible feeling when you have understood how something works, which wasn't understood before, and suddenly something that looked very obscure and difficult becomes simple once you understand, once you see how it works. And it's an incredible feeling to help to understand what's the universe around us and the world around us, and so there can't be a greater satisfaction in that. So the science as a career is a very attractive one, but like I say, if you go in this scientific direction, science, you're not limited to a career in science. You're training yourself for a career in many different things that can help society and technology, and good luck to you. Science is cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Duncan. I think you inspired and informed people. And the best part I liked was he said that this science is cool. It is obviously cool for him because it got him the Nobel Prize. That's cool. Yeah? We are indeed grateful to you, sir, for your very valuable thoughts and ideas, which will go a long way in motivating the young minds to stretch their imagination, unlock their creativity, and take up careers in scientific research. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege now to introduce to you our second distinguished Nobel laureate, Professor Avram Hershko, the Nobel laureate in chemistry. Professor Avram was awarded Nobel for discovery of, excuse me if I don't pronounce things very right, I'm not a man of science, ubiquitin mediated protein degradation. I got it right, yes. An important process in our cells is the production of proteins, but proteins must also be broken down. At the beginning of the 1980s, Professor Hershko and his fellow researchers showed that one protein, ubiquitin, has a special mission in this context. When it is time for a protein to be broken down, a ubiquitin molecule attaches itself to the protein. The molecule serves as a key that enters the proteasome, a protein complex that divides the protein into smaller pieces. These can be used in the construction of other substances in the cell without taking further risks. With my pronunciation, may I now request Professor Hershko for his very inspiring address, please. Professor Hershko.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to greet the young school children from all over India who won the science competitions and came here to this science congress. I think that is quite a considerable achievement. And I would like to tell you that science is a lot of fun. Science is exciting. Science is really fascinating. So as you will progress more and more in science, I think you will enjoy it more and more. And I would like to tell you that I think that you are very important. You are important because you are the future. You are the future of science in India, maybe for some science in the world. I hope that as you will progress in science, some of you will make important discoveries. I think that will be the case. And if so, that's very important. You will make a lot of good for mankind. And maybe, who knows, maybe some of you will get the Nobel Prize. So nobody knows. So I would like to greet you. I would like to tell you that it's great that you are interested in science, and we should get further and further in science. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, Professor Hershko. I will reveal a secret here, which Mrs. Hershko revealed yesterday. I hope I will be excused for this. I'm saying this to let the audience know, especially the children know, that Nobel laureates too have a very ordinary childhood. And I was told that Professor Hershko also was a little indecisive as to what career to choose. At one time he wanted to perhaps be a pilot or do a lot of other things. It was not science actually. It was at a much later stage when somebody gave him a book to read on science that he actually got to like science and took up a career, science as a career. So the message which is for all of us is, things could be confusing for everyone. So if you're confused, you might still get the Nobel Prize. Don't worry about it. If Professor Hershko can get it, all of us can. Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir, for your very insightful address and inspiring words. It is now time to acknowledge and appreciate the hard work of children selected by a committee on the basis of the write-up on what developments in science during the last 2 years have influenced him or her and why. The children were supposed to write an essay on that. May I now request Dr. Amit Krishna De, the Executive Secretary of Indian Science Congress Association, to kindly announce the names of the recipients of Infosys Foundation and ISCA Trevor Awards of this year and invite them on stage to inspire them and inspire others too. Mr. Krishna De, please.
Good afternoon to all of you. Infosys Foundation ISCA Travel Award. This was instituted with a donation from Infosys Foundation Bangalore. And this award started from 2004-2005 and is given annually every Science Congress to the best 5 students, and they are given a plaque, certificate, local hospitality and TA. Furthermore, 5 more deserving students were funded for attending the Science Congress from the amount accrued from interest of selling of the special volume of Shaping of Indian Science, which was published by Indian Science Congress Association on the occasion of the 90th Indian Science Congress. And these 5 students get certificates. And this announcement of this competition was made in the website, in our journal, in reputed journals. Every year it comes out, and applications from all over India comes, and there is a committee to select, and the application is based on the write-up, what developments in science during the last 2 years have influenced him or her, and what is the reason why. So based on the applications which were received here, a screening committee was made, and 10 students are being selected. The first 5 students will get the plaque and the certificate, and the rest 5 will get the certificate. I will announce the names, and I request the chief guests here to kindly present the awards and the certificates to the students.
May we request
The chief guests, Honorable Nobel Laureates, General President, and other dignitaries. Yes, so I'll call out the names. Sneha Sopti from DRV DAV Centenary Public School, Filluar, Jalandhar. Dav Varat Chandra, Mayor, World School, Jalandhar. Robins Kumar Shah, Holy Cross School, Kolkata. This is Kolkata? You are from Kolkata? Robbins? Robin Shah, Holy Cross School, Kolkata. Harshit Singh, Bhavan Vidyalaya, Chandigarh. Amratjit, Saint MSG, Glorious International School, Sirsa. Now the 5 awardees for certificates. Ekam Singh, St. John's High School, Chandigarh. Mirnal Nautiyal, Doon International School, Dehradun. J. Kashinath, Mahatma Montessori Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Madurai. Kartiyanya Vinod, Saraswati Vidyalaya Senior Secondary Residential Central School, Thiruvananthapuram. No? It's not present? Oh, she's there. Okay. Pratham Jain, Mayor Wall School, Jalandhar. So I thank the Honorable Chief Guests and the Honorable Chancellor and the General President.
Thank you, sir,
Pardon?
and thank you, dignitaries,
program is
for
not over.
motivating the students by recognizing their efforts through these awards. It is time now to felicitate our esteemed guests of the day. May I request the lovely Professional University to kindly honor our distinguished guest, Professor Duncan Haldane, Nobel Laureate in Physics, by presenting him a souvenir to commemorate his presence at the Children's Science Congress, please. Chancellor to kindly felicitate the Nobel Laureate. We also request the Chancellor to kindly felicitate Professor Avram Hershko, Nobel Laureate in Chemistry. Thank you to the Chancellor. It would be a great idea and a great honor for all the dignitaries on the dais to receive a memento from the Nobel laureates. I'm sure everybody would like to do that. May I request them, the Nobel laureates, to kindly felicitate our very valued guests at the Children's Science Congress. Both the Nobel laureates to kindly come up stage and felicitate all our guests. I request the guest of honor, Dr. Nisha Mendireta, head NCSTC, to please receive the memento from the Nobel laureates. Mr. Avinash Rai Khanna ji, Chairman, Indian Red Cross Society, and ex-MLA to please receive the felicitation. Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakrabarti, General President, to kindly receive the memento. Professor Chakrabarti, lost in thoughts. Sir, please receive the memento. It's a great lifetime photo opportunity. Professor P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, Scientific Activities, to please receive the memento. We are actually not taking the mementos back, they are going to their respective writers. So don't be misled by the support. Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Membership Affairs, to please receive the memento. Dr. Amit Krishna De, Executive Secretary, ISCA, to receive the memento. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. We are through with it. Thank you. There was a request from some request from the audience that there will be a question and answer session. I'm sorry, because of the time crunch, we will not be able to accede to the request. My apologies for this. And we'll proceed with the proceedings of the event. May I now request the General President, ISCA, Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakrabarti, for his presidential address, please.
Respected Professor Harshko, Professor Halden, Mr. Mittal, Mr. Khanna, Professor Mathur, Professor Gangadhar, Dr. Nisha, Dr. De, distinguished scientists present here, children and parents. At the outset, I would like to thank NCST, Department of Science and Technology for organizing a competition between the students for the last few years. A question may arise in the minds of children that why do we need to organize Children's Science Congress? Earlier, economists used to consider capital and labor as indicators for creation of wealth. Now, after the establishment of knowledge-based industries such as information technology, biotechnology, knowledge has become an important factor in creation of wealth. Now it is realized that more and more students should take science and technology as their career. Country needs a large number of human resources. We know that for the coming 25 years, our population will be dominated by the age group of 17 to 28 years. Majority of this age group should be attracted to science and technology as their career. The contribution will ultimately help our country to prosper and to compete with other nations. We understand that we have progressed very well in almost all areas of science and technology, but at this competitive world, to increase the pace of progress, we need to be much more innovative, and we should have a large number of scientists and technologists. Science in India is now catching momentum. Focus has moved towards capacity building in terms of developing trained human resources. Although government has been trying to improve our scientific and technological strength to a great height, and in spite of our great achievements in all areas of research, we are still to become an innovative, science-driven nation. A few people believe that a significant lack of awareness among students and the common people of the impact of science in daily life has hindered the growth of science in our country. We need to change the entire mindset of our people into believing that a career in science is also a financially viable and challenging option with an ever-increasing demand. We need to highlight the scientific discoveries, achievements, success stories, and the impact of science on every sphere of human life. We understand that productive innovation is very much required for the growth and prosperity of our nation. India had declared the decade 2010 to 20 as a decade of innovation. Science, technology, and innovation policy made our commitment to position India amongst top 5 global scientific powers by 2020. It can only be possible if more and more innovation comes out. Innovative idea may come from any level. Sometimes it does not require even formal education. DST has been investing, already Dr. Nisha has told you, they have been investing and started several programs to get innovative ideas from young minds. Children's Science Congress is one of them. To increase the number of trained human resources, several fellowships, awards are being given to attract more and more students towards science and technology. Government has been able to release a large number of awards under Inspire during the last several years. Hope for Talent Pipeline has been raised considerably. Hundreds of young people in the age group of 10 to 25 demonstrating ability to innovate have been spotted and rewarded under various schemes. I believe that students will play a vital role in having large number of innovative ideas, some of which may have potential to be commercialized. We are looking for a bright future of India through the commercialized and local problem-based innovations coming from the brilliant young minds. I wish all success of this Children's Science Congress involving a large number of students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very meaningful presidential remarks. May I now request Professor Gangadhar, General Secretary, Membership Affairs, ISCA, to kindly propose a vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable President of Indian Science Congress, Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakravarti ji, distinguished Nobel laureates Dr. Harshko and Dr. Haldane, Sri Ashok Mittal ji, the Chancellor of LPU, Sri Avinash Rai ji, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, distinguished scientists, dear delegates, and my dear students. You might be knowing that Indian Science Congress is the premier scientific organization in the country whose main objective is to advance and promote the cause of science in India. This great association has many programs to encourage children, young scientists and researchers, senior scientists, and women scientists of the country. So to encourage children, we have this Children's Science Congress, whose main objective is to inculcate scientific temper and to instill creativity in science among children. With these objectives, this Children's Science Congress is being organized under the auspices of Indian Science Congress Association. Friends, today I am highly honored and privileged for having given me the opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. At the very outset, I express my sincere thanks to two great Nobel laureates, Professor Harshko and Professor Duncan Haldane, who in spite of their busy schedule have accepted our invitation and graced the occasion, and their talks have inspired our great children of the country. So on behalf of Indian Science Congress Association and lovely professional university, I express my heartfelt thanks to you, sir. I also express my thanks to other dignitaries on the dais, Sri Ashok Mittal ji, the Chancellor of lovely Professional University, Dr. Manoj Kumar Chakravarti ji, the Honorable General President of Indian Science Congress Association, Dr. Nisha Manita, the Head Division of NCST, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, Dr. P.P. Mathur, General Secretary, Scientific Activities, Sri Avinash Rai, the Vice Chairman of Indian Red Cross Society, Dr. Amit Krishna De, Executive Secretary of Indian Science Congress Association. Lastly but not the least, I express my sincere thanks to the distinguished scientists who have come from various parts of the country and abroad, esteemed council members of Indian Science Congress Association, the dedicated and enthusiastic team of lovely professional university, and to all the delegates and to my dear children of this great country. Thank you one and all.
Great, thank you, Professor. Finally, thank you all for being part of this wonderful inaugural session of the Children's Science Congress. With this, we move to the next phase of the Rashtriya Kishore Vaigyanik Sammelan, and I'll request all the dignitaries and the participants to kindly proceed to Block 30 for the inauguration of the project exhibition, where the best projects from each state are on display.